It's a great scam. You know, your nonprofit, you still got to get paid to do the nonprofit. So you use the donations to pay yourself. That's essentially how that whole thing works, isn't it? And you pay employees, you buy things, you write that off, blah, 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 blah. It's for my nonprofit. It's just an entity that not for profit.
Sometimes non-for-profits are just fucking scam. Because let's look at the YMCA. I'm not calling the YMCA a scam. First off, they're nonprofit, right? Mm-hmm. So they don't pay taxes. They get a lot of their shit donated to them. They are backed by a multi-billion-dollar grant that was set up by a local billionaire in our area. But now they're building these monstrous facilities, right? $50 million YMCAs that have indoor, outdoor water parks, and they're still charging dues. They're still charging for all their amenities, but they're getting the land donated to them. They're getting millions of dollars donated to them to be able to build these facilities. They're not paying any taxes, and then they're still charging fees on top of this. Like, how does somebody like me that's a small business compete against that? I pay my taxes. I'm not getting anything donated to me. I've got to pay fair wages, all of that stuff, but yet these guys are able to do this kind of shit. I think it's just wrong.
The founder and CEO of a local nonprofit will go to prison for taking the money withheld from the paychecks of his employees and then spending it on himself and his family. A federal judge sentenced Barry Isaacs to 4 years. Isaacs started Hope for Change. The group helps adults with developmental disabilities, mental disorders, and drug addiction. The nonprofit withheld payroll taxes, but then didn't send that money to the IRS for more than a year. The feds say Isaacs used the money on clothes, massages, vehicles, and beauty care. The judge also ordered him to pay nearly $246,000 in restitution.
Though once more, it is I, the wise old man of many men. Before we begin, remember what Scripture warns us. The getting of treasures by a lying tongue is a vanity tossed to and fro of them that seek death. Proverbs 21:6. And again, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Therefore his servants also appear as ministers of righteousness. 2 Corinthians 11:14-15. Even the darkest hearts often dress themselves in robes of charity. I was told a troubling tale, a first-hand witness of a so-called non-profit in Worcester, Massachusetts, an organization that outwardly claimed to help the needy, yet inwardly walked in greed, corruption, and sin. A donor gifted them a yacht to support the mission. Instead, the CEO sold it to a company lawyer for $10, and that lawyer sold it again for millions. They pocketed the money while the poor remained hungry. Donations and grants siphoned, employees' taxes tampered with, not in secret but boldly, as if righteousness no longer had defenders in this world. And then came lust. Men in power trading promotions and perks for favors from young women. Corruption not only of money but of flesh and of dignity. One young woman cried out, told the truth of what she endured. Instead of protection, she was cast out. Those who had evidence stayed silent out of fear. Some even paid great sums to keep their mouths closed. And why? Because the wicked know that silence is cheaper than justice, and fear is easier to manufacture than truth. But do not think this is an isolated darkness. Look to the Challenger Foundation, shown in the Netflix documentary Hell Camp Teen Nightmare. Young people suffered, families cried out, stories surfaced for years, and yet it was not shut down by accountability. It did not fall because justice marched through its gates. It only ended when the founder died. And that, my friends, is the world we walk in. Corrupt nonprofits can survive because they hide behind the word charity. They benefit from public trust. They intimidate whistleblowers. They lobby and protect themselves legally. Society hesitates to question good causes. And sometimes justice sleeps longer than evil does. Wicked men have learned something dangerous. If you smile, say the right words, and claim to serve the poor, the world will hesitate to hold you accountable. But do not misunderstand me. Not all non-prophets are evil. Many serve with pure hearts. Many feed the hungry, comfort the poor, and lift the broken. Yet in a world where wolves wear sheep's clothing, we must walk with discernment. Research before you donate. Seek truth before you trust. For if you give blindly, you may unknowingly strengthen the very darkness you despise. Sometimes the greatest charity is to go and give with your own hands, to feed the hungry yourself, to clothe the homeless directly, to comfort the broken without a middleman. For no thief can steal kindness you deliver yourself, and no corrupt heart can profit from your love when you choose to give it personally. Be wise, my friends. Give with open eyes. Serve with clean intentions. Let your love be pure, and may your kindness never become fuel for wickedness. Walk in discernment. Do good with wisdom. And may your charity strengthen the light, not feed the shadows. Peace be upon you always.